What's up, fam of Liberty, and everyone else watching this video who isn't following our channel for some inexplicable reason? It's your new best friend, Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim, founder of the Sons of Liberty, and my cat Mikey. If you're new to our channel, then let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump, fuck Elon Musk, fuck GOP politicians, and fuck the billionaire bourgeoisie class. This channel and its comment sections are not a safe space for bootlicking simps for a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, and wannabe authoritarian tyrant. Now that you know where I stand on things, if you're still here and you're not frantically rage-typing into the comment box like a triggered snowflake ass clown, then maybe consider following the channel after you watch this video. A number of y'all out there in the fam of Liberty got dialed into the Sons of Liberty social media and joined the fam of Liberty because of a video that I did on Nick Fuentes, the incel alt-right racist who made even more waves and popped up on radar after he tweeted some bullshit that said, "Your body, my choice." In that video, I basically said something to the effect of, let me introduce you to a concept called my body, your dirt nap. And I flat out said that women should absolutely beat the fuck out of a dude who says that shit. And that the men in your life who love and respect women, people like me, for example, when us menfolk hear our dude bro friends, or even anyone really, saying that shit out loud in our presence, that we should absolutely not be silent. We should shut that shit down, shame them in public, maybe even whip a little ass, and then, if they are friends, make them ex-friends. I caught a lot of flack for that video from a certain type of mindset, the whole violence isn't the answer crowd. But I also got a lot of positive comments and a lot of thankful women who seemed relieved to actually find this type of sentiment being expressed, which I personally found surprising. We should be the norm. We should be setting the standard. Anyway, I'm mentioning Nick Fuentes because the backlash was so great that it drove him to seek shelter at his mother's house, of all places. And a woman who lives in her neighborhood heard about the comments and went over there to call him out. Well, Nick decided to answer the door and mace her and attack her. She since pressed charges and Nick was arrested, and now he's pending trial on December the 19th. The woman in that case says she will be testifying, so we can expect to hear more about this limp dick cuck. In other news, Brianna Boston, a 42-year-old Lakeland, Florida mother who does not own a firearm and has no criminal record, was on the phone with her health insurance company Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, and after being given the runaround and presumably denied quote-unquote unnecessary care, as the new UHC CEO calls it. Isn't it weird how I said quote-unquote and then did the air quotes? It's because I waked and baked this morning. So I'm presuming that the insurer refused to reconsider denials of her recent medical insurance claims. So this woman, Brianna, lost her shit on the phone and said, delay, deny, depose. She was subsequently charged with threats to conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism, and she was booked at a jail in Polk County, Florida. Remember when I said that she doesn't own any guns and doesn't have a criminal record? Isn't it amazing how quickly they arrested her? Isn't it amazing how quickly CEO Brian Thompson was replaced? Isn't it amazing how many millions of dollars worth of assets and police were deployed to locate and arrest Luigi Mangione? I'm tying Nick Fuentes and Brianna together because if what Brianna Boston said is a legitimate threat that warrants charges and a $100,000 bond, then every man who tweets or says, "Your body, my choice," needs to also be arrested and charged. But we all know that won't happen because the incoming administration and the radical fundamentalist conservatives basically want women's bodies to be nothing but an incubator for babies that they'll make you have, and also to serve as a compliant receptacle for some man's lust. And it's not just an incoming sentiment, it's been that way. When the cops respond to a domestic violence situation and tell you that there's nothing that they can do until he hurts you, that only applies to women, not corporations. I've said this in other videos, and I'll say it again in this video, and maybe a few more until it starts to catch on. You know that these billionaire motherfuckers are essentially fucking useless, right? There isn't a single one of these people who can't be replaced by someone who's already doing the exact same thing for a fraction of that salary. Elon Musk went on a whole rant on Twitter about how CEOs are really important. But you know why that's a lie? United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was lying cold and dead on a sidewalk in a puddle of his own blood. People were literally walking around his dead body, and his company was continuing business as usual. They held their board meeting in that same building anyway, and they made moves to replace him the next day. If your CEO is so inconsequential to the success of your company that he can be shot down in the street like a rabid dog and it has zero effect on your company or your industry, then maybe CEOs don't actually need to be paid several hundred times as much as the average median employee. Maybe they should pay them like 10 times as much and then spend all that extra tens of millions of dollars that they would save on something else, like paying their employees what they are worth. And now, a brief word from our sponsors. Yes, that's a monetization dig. Is your Axe body spray not getting you to ladies? Is your smegma crust overpowering your testosterone's manly vibes? Do your drawers have manly tire tracks, Jeep tracks, or some other type of skid marks? Are you tired of constantly being cucked by the rich coastal elites and wealthy politicians in your own party? Then sign up for cuckoldsonly.com, a new dating website for voluntarily oppressed conservative snowflakes. Remember, you don't have to be lonely at cuckoldsonly.com. I've not made it any big secret where I stand on issues, up to and including whether or not bodying obscenely wealthy CEOs of health insurance companies is murder, and whether or not that's bad. I view them as terrorists who kill more people per year than Osama bin Laden ever did. If you agree that murder is bad, but you don't view insurance corporations denying critical medical and life-saving procedures to people knowing full well that they'll die as a result, if you don't view that as a form of murder, then I think that you, in fact, don't believe that murder is bad. What you believe is that rich people should be able to kill poor people. What I believe is that you should just be honest with yourself and with everyone else around you about who you really are. But if you do believe that CEOs making decisions like death panels on the lives and the welfare of the people who pay them money for medical insurance, if you believe that that whole thing is just a racket that doesn't need to exist, then what you can do about it is contact your elected representatives. Urge them to get rid of this industry. There's a bill that's allegedly supposed to go through Congress about breaking up these companies. Why don't we just dissolve them entirely? Why do they even exist? This thing was created as a middleman for pure profit, nothing else. It doesn't need to exist. Healthcare decisions should be between the person who needs it and their medical provider. That's it. And it used to be that way. Now all of a sudden they're taking $8,000 a year out of your paycheck for you to have insurance denied to you by the people that you're paying. Do you not, am I getting through to anybody who still believes that this whole fucking business, I'll tell you why. It's because healthcare insurance companies pay big money to politicians. And it's not just conservatives. Republicans and Democrats take that money too. It's a whole fucking lobby. The whole goddamn thing is a lobby. They're a powerful lobby, just like the NRA lobbies Republicans and the occasional gun-owning Democrat, of which there are many. I just don't know how many of them are actually politicians, as opposed to like blue voters like me who owns something. I've said before that I became radicalized in around 2007 when the Tea Party convinced Republicans to basically go back on all the decades of pro-military support that they've given and start abandoning veterans by denying all of these legislative bills that are designed to help post 9/11 veterans combat PTSD. And I'm becoming even further radicalized even more now that this whole class warfare thing is starting to become a big part of our social consciousness here in America. I'm less interested in having shouting matches with Donald Trump voters than I am convincing them that we're all in this together, that we're all allies in the same fight. A small amount of wealthy elite clamping their boot heels down on all of the middle class and lower class people in this country, regardless of their political beliefs, on whatever part of the spectrum that they fall and how that influences their votes. And it's not just the healthcare insurance industry that's a problem. It's also problems with like big corporations owning tens of thousands of houses and arbitrarily deciding how much your rent or your mortgage is going to cost. The fact that so few people these days own their own home, like that used to be part of the American dream and now it's not. But something that we can do something about right now is health insurance industry, making that shit go away entirely. Obligatory disclaimers. The resistance starts with us. To that end, we've begun organizing local Sons of Liberty chapters by region. Please do not ask in the comments if we have a chapter in such and such state or such and such region. get on Discord, because rule number 1 of Sons of Liberty Fight Club is that we don't talk about Sons of Liberty Fight Club. We're doing all of this on the Sons of Liberty Discord server so that social media oligarchs like Mark Zuckerberg and Apartheid Andy can't deplatform us, or they can't mute or censor our content. On Discord, you can hang out with the fam of Liberty who've made it onto the server. Discord isn't just a chat platform. We also have sections for gamers. We have sections for our regional chapters. We have helpful resources where you can learn about self-defense, home defense, martial arts. There's a section for gardening. There's a section for food preservation and canning. There's a craft section for all you artsy people like me, all you cosplayers like me. There's a channel for veterans. There are off-topic channels. There are channels for music. I do want to point out that our Discord can be ping heavy thanks to the webhooks that integrate our various social media notifications, of which there are a lot because we're a very active organization, but you can disable that. I have a whole YouTube tutorial on how to Sons of Liberty Discord. If you can't find it, it's in the YouTube channel history. I'll even put it in one of these corners up here somewhere. The invite link to Discord is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video. It's also in the YouTube video description and in the TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. You can click that link, or you can just copy the last little set of letters and numbers and put that into the add server button on your Discord. It's that easy. If you like the shirts or the hoodies that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, which is listed in our link tree in our TikTok and YouTube channel description. On YouTube, it's also in the video description. New merch goes up all the time. I'd like to thank all of the artists who've contributed their own work to the cause free of charge. We have Deny, Defend, Depose shirts that haven't been taken down. My DD214 shirt is up. There's some Sons of Liberty shirts. There's My Body, Your Dirt Nap. There's all kinds of stuff. Just big sargisms and other things that you ask me to put up. So I hear I hear what you're saying. I put that stuff up for you. If you like our video content, then we'd appreciate it if you'd follow us on all of the other social media platforms, whichever ones that you've got. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and the link tree, which can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we'd also appreciate it if you'd subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. A little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, then you already know that. If you're also on TikTok, then you know that I've started reducing my footprint there since they keep muting or taking down our content. So fuck shit talk. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comments section, because 7 words is allegedly the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content, the comment that you leave, it's meaningful, and that it should suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same videos that you watch. By the way, that same algorithm works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on places where you support your favorite content creators like us. So leave us detailed comments or 7 words worth of comments on all the other places that we have, like BlueSky, Threads, Mastodon, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, which I don't use anymore. What's the other ones that we have? YouTube. Oh, we also just started one on a platform called Kick, I think. Now, if you've watched this video all the way to the end and you can't think of anything else to say, the phrase, "I made it to the end, Big Sarge," is actually 8 words. So if you can't think of anything else to say out of all the random shit that I just said, you can leave that as a suggestion. 2 claps and a Rick. Make incels and billionaires afraid again. Woo! Now, guess what time it is?
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!